Hey there, internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of That News You Care About. Logan is unable to join me this week, so it's just going to be a quick, pretty simple solo episode this week, talking about some NPD numbers. The June 2022 NPD results came out last week, and so I figured Logan couldn't join me. It's been a while since I've did like a deep little dive into NPD stuff, so I figured I would check that out, especially since it had some seemingly interesting points of note. I'm going to be referencing the VentureBeat article on the subject, so I'll include that in the notes for this week's show. I didn't do like the standard rigmarole, but this is basically our weekly video game news show where usually Logan and myself dive into the news of the week or various other video game topics. So this week is the NPD news. Running through kind of the top 20 games of June 2022. And admittedly, this isn't like June 1st through June 30th. I don't remember what the actual like window is. It's basically like mid-month to mid-month is typically what NPD is doing. But the top 22 game or top 20 games listed are this is the best-selling games of the month in the US in 2022, June 2022. Number one, continuing its trend, Elden Ring was once again the number one game of the month. Number two, also once again, was Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Basically feeling that lack of big new AAA title push in June, or just really, I guess, the summer months in general. Number three was our first new game on the list. That was Mario Strikers Battle League, followed by number four, MLB The Show 22, which was up one spot from number five the month prior. Number five was Overwatch, with a bunch of people getting into the game in anticipation for Overwatch 2, presumably. Number six was Mario Kart 8, which just continues to sell really, really well all these years later. Number seven was Nintendo Switch Sports, which was down from the number three spot the prior month. Our number eight title was Kirby and the Forgotten Land, over there by Nintendo. Number nine, jumping up 150 spots, was Final Fantasy VII Remake, that largely bolstered from sales like mine, because I believe basically like right before the cutoff of this is when Final Fantasy VII Remake went on sale on Steam. We also, of course, had the announcement of the second game in the series as Rebirth, as well as the Crisis Core Reunion announcement. So that probably all led to Final Fantasy VII Remake getting a nice little bump in sales. Jumping up into the top 10, we have, stalwart game of the list, Minecraft. Call of Duty Vanguard jumping down or dropping to number 11. F1 22, racing game, hopping into the chart as a new title at number 12. Monster Hunter Rise at number 13. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba coming in at number 14. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, number 15. 16 and 17 are a duo of new titles, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes and Sonic Origins. Number 18, we have Pokemon Legends Arceus. Number 19, the last new title of the list, The Quarry. And number 20, rounding out the top 20, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Key things to note here are that pretty much for all those Nintendo titles, digital sales are not included. So values of them might have been higher. So that'd be Mario Strikers Battle League, Mario Kart 8, Nintendo Switch Sports, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, and Pokemon Legends Arceus all kind of fall into that digital sales not included camp, as well as the Take-Two Interactive title, The Quarry, is not counting digital sales here, because NPD doesn't get those from Nintendo or Take-Two Interactive. And then for MLB The Show, Xbox and digital sales are not included on that title. Xbox and Switch digital sales are not included there. So I guess like the new title on the list there, Mario Strikers, could be higher up, could have outsold Lego Star Wars and Elden Ring in their respective, fifth, sixth month on the chart for Elden Ring, and a couple less, I think, for Lego Skywalker. It might have done higher. But I also don't know how active the Switch digital crowd is. I feel like a lot of their stuff is still sold physically. Still, seeing stuff like Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash on this list. Nintendo just continuing to move units all these years into the Switch's lifetime. So one of the other big elements I think that kind of really made waves in the news of this last week was that NPD analyst Matt Piscatella tweeted out something to the effect of Elden Ring enters the top 10 highest selling games in premium purchase games, so not including revenue from DLC or loot boxes and microtransactions and stuff like that. But basically hey, it's potentially the top, or the 10, it's in the 10 highest selling games of all time. He had to walk that back because so many people that attribute or that contribute to NPD numbers don't give digital sales and aren't reporting full numbers. So presumably his comment there was, of the numbers that NPD gets, it's the highest it's in the top 10 highest selling games of their tracking. So still certainly a monumental achievement for them, for Bandai Namco over there for Elden Ring. But they had to kind of walk back the idea of it being the top 10, highest selling games of all time kind of thing. So yeah, I think the things that really jump out to me the most are the fact that we're getting so few new titles making their way onto the list, or making their way high up on the list. Some of that might be just Nintendo's, maybe those are selling a bunch of digital units and would have climbed the ranks otherwise, but we don't get those numbers, so they don't pop up there. F122 doesn't particularly surprise me because of the sports franchises. I imagine that is on the lesser end of the EA juggernaut spectrum there. The Quarry, probably just based on timing of this, probably would have done better, but it probably came out right at the tail end of the tracking window there. So be interesting to see if maybe it does better in sales in the month of July here. But yeah, it's definitely seeing the fact that Elden Ring and Lego Star Wars, Elden Ring, I have zero care about, but Lego Star Wars, I really enjoyed seeing that continue to hold a top spot on this list is impressive. Seeing stuff like Minecraft, the ever-present Minecraft game, still on this list, is wild. Seeing that jump from rank 159 to rank number 9 for Final Fantasy VII Remake is hilarious, and I definitely contributed to that because I picked up it on day one on Switch to play it on my new Steam Deck. And yeah, I guess I think one of the ones that also really surprises me here is Overwatch getting a rebirth from it was previously in last month's rankings number 57, made its way all the way up to number 5 this month, on the tail of Overwatch 2 being announced as a free-to-play title. So I don't know if and Overwatch 2 will replace basically the player for Overwatch 1, I thought, is what I remember seeing. So interesting that maybe people are like, oh, that's going to be a collector's item now, so they're buying their original copy of that. That's interesting. Other items here. pulling from the 20 best-selling games of 2022 so far. Unsurprisingly, Elden Ring there at the top spot, followed by Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga in a steady number 2. Pokemon Legends Arceus there at number 3. Once again, that's going to be the caveat of that's not including digital sales. Horizon 2 Forbidden West there at number 4. MLB The Show at number 5. Call of Duty Vanguard at number 6. Gran Turismo 7 at number 7, fittingly. Kirby, The Forgotten Land, Mario Kart 8, and Madden NFL 22 rounding out the top 10 there at numbers 8, 9, and 10. And there's across those top 10, there was no change month over month. And our top selling games of the last 12 months largely looks to be, pretty similar to that. A couple changes here. Elden Ring still at number 1, Call of Duty Vanguard at number 2. So I think that's one of the really impressive things is Elden Ring is outselling a Call of Duty game. Shout out to that, with obviously also fewer months on the market. Madden NFL 22 at number 3. So your Call of Duty and your Madden typically are, in the top 10 of whatever their respective years. Number 4 was Pokemon Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl. Number 5 is Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. So shout out to that one. Also doing really well. Battlefield 2042 in at number 6. FIFA 22 at number 7. Far Cry 6 holding over there from probably early, big flurry of early sales there from last year. Far Cry 6 at number 8. Pokemon Legends Arceus at number 9. And Horizon 2 Forbidden West cracks into the top 10. It was last month, or would have been the previous month. It was at number 11. So, I think that's probably it in terms of the things I'm going to jump out and highlight. Like, there are like the platform specific games, but no, especially when like Nintendo doesn't share all their information. Not a huge point in jumping into that. I thought I saw somewhere in here that year over year, like PlayStation was doing pretty good. Maybe not. Or if I do, yeah, there we go. This is from Matt Pescatella, his thread on the thing. PlayStation 5 generated the highest dollar sales amongst video game hardware platforms in both June and the first half of calendar 2022, while Switch has led both time periods in unit sales. So Switch is selling more, but PlayStation is selling more dollars, given the $200 premium on those two platforms. And June, PlayStation $5 sales experienced a double-digit percentage growth compared to a year ago last year. So PlayStation finally able to start getting PS5s out into households, presumably. So yeah, that's all I wanted to really dive into. I always enjoy the the look. I'm as a database person, and a number cruncher. I used to pore extensively over NPD stuff. I think as a number of contributors don't provide their full digital results, and as more and more consumers go digital, I find there's probably less reliability between a lot of those numbers as time has gone on, but still a pretty good general metric. And in particular, the attach rate of those Nintendo games just continues to be, impressive. The fact that Nintendo alone has 7 games in the top 20, let alone like any multi-platform stuff, is pretty good for them. So yeah, that's what I'm covering this month, for this week for our That News You Care About show. Hopefully Logan will be back to join me next week, and we'll talk about, I don't know what we're going to talk about, maybe if any game announcements, because I think San Diego Comic-Con, I think, is this weekend. So if we get any kind of interesting gaming announcements coming out of that, maybe we'll talk about that next week. Who knows? But yeah, that is going to do it for this week's episode of That News You Care About. Again, with it just being me, going to be a quick little short one here. But I do want to give a shout out to Rachel Kaser over there at VentureBeat/GamesBeat for putting together the article that I'm pulling from on this one, and Matt Piscatella and the NPD group that are always doing some good analysis on video game activity over there. Yeah, you can find me, you can follow me at Trevor J. Starkey on Twitter. The things I will shout out, go check out Let's Plays this week. Let's see, what was today's Let's Play? Today's Let's Play was Escape Academy. This is being Tuesday when I'm recording this. And then I think I'm going to try and sit down with some Stray after recording this for Thursday's episode. So go check out our Let's Plays over on youtube.com/thatnerdysite. You find new Let's Plays from us every Tuesday and Thursday over there, as well as our ongoing series, Friday Night Dying Light, where Cameron is playing through Dying Light 2, which he is nearing an end. He has filmed the final episode of that one, so we have an end in sight on that series. But thank you for joining me. You can follow all of us or find all of us over at That Nerdy Site, or go to thatnerdysite.com for all the latest from us. As always, stay nerdy and be good to each other.